Hey, it's Tina Forsyth here. So I led my first ever Best Team Ever intensive last week, where I worked with a group of women to help them find who they need on their team and how to find great people and all that jazz. It was awesome. I want to share with you today one of the teachings that I brought to the table in that intensive last week, and that is about the three functions of business. There are three functions that need to happen for every single business out there. It doesn't matter if you're just getting started. It doesn't matter if you're growing and expanding. It doesn't matter what type of business model you have. There are three things that always need to be taken care of, and that is lead, manage, and do. What does it mean to lead? Lead is where you are making decisions about the type of business that you're creating, where you're casting a vision, where you're setting goals for what exactly you want to accomplish and when. Leading is where you're exploring your strategies, you're exploring the ways you want to reach those goals, the ways you want to bring this vision to life. Leadership is all about the bigger picture of the business. It's also the role of the leader to connect everyone else to that vision, to connect the team, to connect the clients and so on to the vision. What is the role of the manager? The role of the manager is to plug into the vision, to plug into the goals, and to create the path to get there. So management is about planning, laying out plans. It's about bringing the right people in, the right resources into play. It's also about making sure that stuff's getting done. So management is about connecting that vision to what it's going to take to actually bring it to life. Now, the doing piece is very obvious. Doing is simply about getting stuff done. And depending on the role of the person, depending on the type of the business, of course, the doing is going to look very different from business to business and person to person. So here's the thing. Those three things always need to be taken care of in a successful business. Now, if it is just you in your business, you get to wear all three hats. You might be in the earlier stages of your business, just getting started, or you might have the type of business where it is just you. You're a solopreneur, you provide a service, a freelancer, contractor. Either way, it's a knowing and understanding that at various times you're going to have to wear different hats in your business. Now, as you're continuing to grow and expand, this is where it can get a little bit tricky because you personally only have capacity for so much. There's only so much doing that you can do. There's only so much managing that you can do. And as the demands of your business increase, the demands in each of these areas is going to increase as well. The question is, how much of each hat are you going to be wearing at different stages of growth? What naturally happens, what I always recommend, is start to work your way from the bottom up. You first look for support in some of the doing, usually the admin, the tech, the back end side of things, to get people in place to do some of those things is really important. The next piece that comes into play is the managing piece. Now, here's the thing with the managing piece. This is quite often the forgotten piece of the puzzle. I know a lot of business owners who will naturally lead and really operate in the space of the big picture and the vision and the growth and everything like that. And you may already have some doers in place. You may have a few assistants or a handful of people that are helping you out in the business already. Who's managing? Who is the glue between the two? The role of the manager is an essential role for a growing business, because here's what happens. If nobody is wearing the manager hat, then you're going to be in chaos. You're going to be in reactive mode. You're going to constantly be chasing things down, dropping balls, feeling like it's last minute, feeling like everything's a mess at times. Now, you can get away with that to a certain stage of growth in the business. Been there, done that. I know many people have, but when you hit a certain stage in the business and you're continuing to grow and expand, somebody needs to be purposely wearing that management hat. Now, if it's you, that's great. No honor, respect when the management hat needs to be put on. But there's also going to be a stage in the growth of your business where you need to take the manager hat off. You need to be able to focus more on the leadership. You need to also be able to focus more on the delivery of what it is you offer in serving your clients. The management piece is essential for creating a business that's proactive, for creating a business where not only can you see where you're headed, that's a leadership piece, but you know how you're going to get there. There's clarity. Nobody on the team, including you, is ever sitting there going, what's happening next? When is this getting done? How is this piece going to come together? You know, if you're always in the moment, trying to work in the moment, that's doing. But when you can look ahead and you can see how that vision is going to come into life, that's where you know the management pieces come into play. So leading, managing, and doing. Respect and understand each of those functions. Know when it makes sense for you to be wearing those hats, and also know when it makes sense for you to take off one of those hats, to take off the doing hat, to take off the managing hat, and bring someone else into the business to really support you in that area. So it's Tina Forsyth here. Until next time, take care. Bye now.